It's easy to buy performance, you just have to be rich. But if your dad doesn't happen to own an emerald mine and you're not rich enough to have an offshore account, then you need to box clever. 2 boxes in this case. This is a 1980s Fiat Panda, a car created to meet the same criteria as Citroen's 2CV, the Renault 4 and the good old Mini. It was designed to be cheap to buy and run and easy to fix. What it definitely wasn't was a performance car. Until now. Barry Winham's 1988 Fiat Panda started out with a wheezing 900cc engine that made a little over 40 horsepower on a good day. Now it has more than double that. And in a car that weighs 700 kilograms, this adds up to the kind of package that money alone just can't buy. Well, this is Barry Winham. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Will.
This is his Panda. Now, these cars had about 40 bhp as standard, but this doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't.
So what have you done to it?
It has now got the 1.4 16-valve twin cam engine in.
So that's out of a much later Panda?
Much later Fiat.
Right, not even a Panda?
Not even the Panda.
So what's the engine from?
The engine can be from anything from a Fiat Idea,
right.
And it's the same block as the Fiat 500 of Bath.
And what sort of power does it make?
Way over 100.
Is it? That's why it's so scary on the way
here.
here.
Yeah, that's so scary, yeah.
And what have you had to do to fit that engine here?
Well, basically the engine bolts in quite easily. Still using the original engine mounts and stuff.
Right.
But it has got a different gearbox in it. It's got the Fiat Seicento S gearbox in it, which same again, bolts straight up to that engine.
Right.
Using the clutch now off the 1.4, but using the thrust bearing off the original Panda gearbox.
Right.
And I've also converted it, because I've put the later type gearbox in, it is cable operated now instead of rod operated gearbox.
Was that a tricky conversion?
Not too bad. I had to cut the floor pan, the transmission tunnel out of the Seicento S and graft it into the Panda.
So it was reasonably complex.
Yeah, not too bad though.
Right, okay. And what about the brakes? Are they standard?
They're standard with racing brake pads in the front basically.
Right.
With the rears are standard.
Right. And what sort of condition was the car in when you got it? Because it wasn't very good.
It wasn't very good. I used it for about 6 or 7 years every day, and I still use it every day to this day.
You still use it every day?
Still use it every day. It's my smoker.
What,
It's
even in winter?
In the winter, frost, rain, it gets used every day.
You're not worried about it rotting away?
No, I'm quite handy with a welder and bodywork, so it's no problem to me.
You've done quite a lot of bodywork on it, haven't you?
I have actually, yes. I've
So
remade the bottom of the doors out of
Right.
steel. Remade the quarters where the back windows are, they're all rusted free, you can put your hands through.
Right.
So I remade all the panels for them, welded them in. But the actual underside of it was pretty solid.
Was it?
So yeah.
Was that because it had a good coating of underseal?
Yeah, you're either lucky or you're not lucky with a Fiat Panda.
So the one that you could put your hand through it, and that's a lucky one, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I also done my apprenticeship at Fiat Rockingham Cars years ago. So I'm used to Fiat, working on Fiats and stuff, and I know where all the troublesome are. So yeah, that's where we are today with it.
And you've painted it as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I painted it just before Christmas. I couldn't get the original colour red, so I ended up going for a Ford Russell red instead.
Right. Now those seats, I remember Fiat Pandas originally had a seat that looked a bit like a deck chair.
That's right.
They look considerably more
Yeah,
like
I wanted a bit
armchairs.
more comfy because I use it every day. So
Yeah.
I used Audi S3 or A3 S-line seats in it.
And how did you manage to get those to fit?
Used just the runners and everything off the seat and bolted them straight through the floor
right.
onto the original mounts.
Wow.
So yeah, used the original Fiat Panda back seat casing, the underside of the case, and wrapped it with the leather seats off the Audi.
Oh, right.
So that's what I did there.
So it
for
all
the back
matches
seat.
inside.
So it all matches, yeah.
And what gave you the idea of putting this engine in this thing in the first place? I mean, the Fiat Panda's not an obvious car to sort of
No,
tune,
it's
is
not
it?
really. I thought it'd just be a bit of fun
Well, it clearly is as well.
and surprise a lot of people at traffic lights. You know?
Yeah, I imagine it does. Can we have a look at the engine then?
Of course you can, yeah.
Wow.
So the ECU's been played with, it's been remapped for a 1.6 management system. It's running BMW 328 fuel pump in the tank
Right.
for the pressure because it's been remapped.
In tank?
In the tank, it fits straight in the tank where
Does
the
it?
original one does. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did you manage to get the ECU remapped?
A good friend of mine's.
Right, he's worth
So,
knowing.
Yeah.
So what, you just hacked into it? And
Hacked into it, give it more fuel. So I've used Fiat Brava 1.6 injectors in the multi-point injection system.
there's still loads of room under it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Have you thought about putting anything bigger in?
The thing is, Will, I can put a turbo straight on that engine, won't blow it up, because that engine's designed. They use that same block throughout the range.
Right.
Okay, so I can put the 500 turbo on that and bump it up to over 200 brake horsepower. But what's the point?
Yeah,
what's the point? I use it every day.
Yeah.
It returns 40 odd to the gallon when you drive it like a normal car.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It doesn't over rev at 70 and fifth.
No.
Well, you've seen us go down that straight.
Well, you were doing 100 in third at one point.
So that tells you what gear and what's in it, you see.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
now I would lower it, but when you look at the engine block, it is very low.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
You know.
You could see the oxygen sensor sticking out from underneath.
Yeah.
It. Well, I think it's time we went for a drive, Barry.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to, mate, if you can handle it.
Come on. Barry, that was absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed.
You're very welcome, mate.
What a fabulous little car. I'm sure it surprises quite a few people on the roads.
It sure does, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. And you could consider becoming a Patreon member. It's from £2 a month. That's not even the price of a couple of Mars bars, is it, Barry?
No, that's right, yeah.
So please have a think about that. Thanks a lot. See you next time.